Hello, this message is for someone who's been really wanting to make a radical career change. And if this message is for you, you've been in the same career path for a really long time, years, long term. It could be 5 years, it could be 20 years, it could be 30 years, but you've been at this for a long time. You're really well established. You are very settled in your path. But this is not a path you started because you felt a calling to it or because you had a talent for it or a passion for it. It was more so because it was an opportunity that was presented to you, and it was a really, at the time, it seemed a really good opportunity. It was really good financially or benefits wise or both, and you jumped on it and you felt lucky to have this opportunity. And you thought at the time you might just be there a while and save some money and then pursue something else. And maybe you didn't know what that something else was. If this message is for you, you might have been on the same career path most of your life. And so you never really quite explored what these other things you could do would be. And you ended up just getting, caught up in this path and sort of put all those talents in the back burner. And didn't forget about them, but what I'm getting is you are looking at these talents now as, or for a while you've been looking at them as just sort of interest or hobbies that are not that you could never make a good living from. You haven't been looking at them from a professional perspective at all. But something has taken place recently that has started to change your perspective on this. So what I'm getting is maybe you're getting to see, maybe through a TV show or YouTube show or something, the behind the scenes of how people who are utilizing those talents to make a living do it. And so this has really changed your perspective on the whole thing, and is making you rethink your career path, okay? Because even though you're doing well in this career, you're also, you might have also been dealing for a long time with a sense of emptiness and like low-key depression, where you're not excited to go to work, you're not excited about your life. You might have had a list of things you wanted to get done years ago, maybe sort of a bucket list that made you feel a sense of excitement about this job, because since most of the benefit of this job is financial for you, this is how you kept yourself excited about life in this job, was through this list of things you wanted to do that this job was going to enable you to do. But if this message is for you, you've already done most of those things on that list, if not all. And now what you're lacking is sort of ideas or passion or interest to put further things on the list. Now the things you feel like you've already bought, all the things you wanted to buy, you've already gone all the places you wanted to go, and you've done all the things you wanted to do. So now you're sort of like, you're at a standstill, and you feel like your life could go on the way it's gone for 20 more years, 30 more years, until you retire. And the thought of this is very daunting and depressing to you. And the reason that's the case is because you're not living in your purpose. Once you're living in your purpose and utilizing your talents, your God-given talents to live your purpose, your highest timeline, the one that serves a greater purpose than yourself, then 20 or 30 years of doing that don't seem daunting. It seems comforting, okay? So that's the difference, and that's how you know whether you're on your path or you're not. That's one of the ways you know. So the reason you're feeling this call is a very real, it's like a soul ache for your true path, a meaningful path where your talents get to be utilized. Because I'm also getting that at your current job, your talents are completely irrelevant. People might not even know you have these talents. These talents are not useful at your job. They're not utilized, and they're literally irrelevant, which has unfortunately sent a message to your subconscious that your talents and passions are irrelevant in life, which is only true because you've made it true. And that's what you're seeing now once you're being exposed to the behind the scenes of people who live off those talents that you've neglected. Now you're getting to see that this was a choice you made by following this career path and sticking to it, instead of discovering your path, basically. Now, if this message is for you, I'm also getting, you might have gone into this path, I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the message, thinking that you were going to save money and maybe you were going to pursue something else. And even if you didn't know what it was, the reason you had that in the back of your mind is because you knew that this wasn't your true path. It was a good opportunity to build yourself up and get yourself going, but you knew it wasn't your true path. So what's happening now is, it's like your soul has gone through all the benefits of this path so you could see that that's not where the meaning and where the fulfillment lies. It's not in the achieving of land posts, landmarks. It's not in the buying of things. It's not in the achieving goals or going places or visiting all the countries you wanted to visit. While those are all good experiences, and nice sweaters are nice sweaters, that's not the meaning of life. That's not what's going to make you fulfilled. And once you get those things, many times you realize that there's not a deeper fulfillment to them. Okay, so I remember I watched an interview with Jim Carrey at some point where he said that he hoped everyone would become rich and famous, or anything they wanted. Anyone could get everything they wanted, so they would realize that that's not what life's about. And this is basically what's happened to you. You've actually gotten everything you wanted on your list, and it was precisely so you would realize that that's not what life was about. What life is about is fulfilling your life's purpose. And that's what's calling you right now. Now, in the situation you're in, you're not going to get a whole lot of understanding from your circle, from your surroundings, once you decide to assert yourself that you're going to go on a new path. Once you start taking action towards that, you might get a backlash because you're so well established in this path, and this path is so safe and good looking from the outside that people are gonna not have a great reaction to you wanting to start from zero at something where you have no background. Okay, something also that in your circle might be considered frivolous because you've built a life in which these talents were not valued. And how have you done that? Well, one of the things you must have done is to surround yourself with people that agreed that those things were frivolous and not real careers could be built on those kinds of talents and interests. Okay, that's how you put yourself in this position where these things are irrelevant in your life, is because you chose people, places, careers, commitments, frameworks, environments in which they were irrelevant. You have the power of choosing different things that will make your gifts relevant, and that's when you'll be on your path, okay? But you might have a little adjustment period, and what you need to do, I'm not telling you cut off all these people that don't see this path for you. You might just have to go to different people, experts in this field, mentors, coaches, those kinds of people. You have to seek out connections with people who will understand that this is a viable career path for someone and will be able to help guide you in that with belief that it can work out, okay? And once you're more, established in that, that's when you can start possibly getting to share and get more of a supportive response from your environment. So I hope that was helpful.